everybody, I'm Reshma Pandey and today I'll talk about the topic, are you a victim of your image? What is an image? Image is how you perceive yourself or how others perceive you. So, the total image is when what you perceive about yourself and what others perceive about yourself come together. And who is a victim? Victim is somebody who falls into the trap of a false image and lives his or her life throughout with this false image. Broadly, there are three types of images. One is body image, two is self-image, and three is social image. Let us talk about body image. What is body image? Largely your appearance, how you look. There is a lot of importance given to how you look these days. Everyone knows one is beautiful, maybe below average, maybe average looking, but when you see yourself from other person's angle, you want to fall into their definition. So what you do is you go for diet, you go for expensive attires, you go for regular parlor visits, etc., etc. Nothing wrong in that. Everybody does this. They go for maximum nothing wrong in this. Everyone does this. But when you do this, going out of your way, going out of your routine and going out of your financial capacities, that's when you become a victim. So there is nothing wrong in looking good, in trying to look good, but it's becoming a problem when you try to go out of your way to prove and fall into somebody else's definition. Coming to the second type, it is our self-image. What is self-image? Self-image is our likes, dislikes, principles, philosophies and behavior which will decide our self-image. Most of the time, to be a part of a group or to stand out, we change our self-image and we try to fall into the definition of the others accordingly. Let us take an example. There is one gentleman who has a very simple definition of life. Healthy food, simple lifestyle, so that he remains healthy and strong throughout his life. Now this gentleman joins a corporate office. To be a part of that corporate culture, he starts eating his meals in the office canteen. Coming to the second type, it's our self-image. What is self-image? Self-image is our likes, our dislikes, our principles, our philosophies and our behavior which will decide our self-image. Most of the times, to be a part of a group or stand out, we change our self-image. Let us take an example. There is this gentleman whose definition of life is very simple. Simple food habits and simple lifestyle. This gentleman joins a corporate office. Now, to be a part of that corporate culture, this gentleman starts having his meals in the office canteen. To be a part of this corporate culture, he starts wearing branded attires. Nothing wrong. One can go ahead to be a part of a particular culture if he or she is not compromising on many other fronts. The moment you start compromising on the other fronts of your routine life just to become a part of a particular group or to stand out. You become a victim. It is not always that the finances are the matter of importance. There are a lot of other factors which matters when it comes to being a victim of your own image. So, until there is a parity between your self-image and your projected image, you will knowingly or unknowingly keep on being a victim of your image. Now, let us talk about the third type, the most complicated and confusing image, the social image. We all play a variety of roles in our lifetime. Mothers, daughter, sister, daughter-in-law, wife, father, brother, husband, son-in-law, etc., etc. We will not be able to discuss all the roles here, but through an example, we can surely try to understand this complicated image. Our society has already laid down some norms as to a father has to be like this, a mother should be like this, a daughter-in-law has to be like this, etc., etc., so on and so forth. We have further narrowed this definition to a family definition of our family has these set of norms for the daughter-in-law. She has to be like this. The gents in our family are like this, so on and so forth. It is a complicated image because most of the time we live a social image which is opposite to our self and body image. Let us take an example. There is this girl who gets married and comes to her in-laws' house. She keeps aside her likes, dislikes, opinions and tries to be a part of the new environment. I'm not saying don't try. I'm not saying be very strong on your own opinions. It is always good to try and be a part of the new environment. But the catch here is either you don't express yourself for the other people to understand your point of view, or you are not allowed to express. And in both the cases, being a rebellion and raising your voice is not a solution. Here, what you have to know is to what extent can you compromise on your self-image so that you can avoid the problems that you might have to face in the future. So now, when you suppress your opinions, your likes, your dislikes, remember that later in your life, you are asking for ailments like diabetes, blood pressure, depression, etc., etc. This is where you become a victim. Similarly, there is this gentleman who is truly a gentleman, always helping people in need, be it financial, be it psychological, be it physical. He is always ready to help the other person. But one day, when he is into trouble, there is nobody around to help him. Why? Do you think the world is so bad? No. I don't think so. It is because this person has a very strong self-image. That how can he seek help from someone else when he has been helping people around all this time? He is hesitant to express that even he can have problem in his life, and this strong self-image, which is a false self-image, leads to a lot of problems in that gentleman's life. Since he is not willing to take help from anybody, the root cause of his confusion and down the line the physical sufferings or ailments that he would come up with is his own self-image, of which he has become a victim. So now you have to decide whether you want to express yourself or live a life of a victim. I hope this video helps you. Thank you for watching this video.